Welcome to the show. Hey, we're going prime time here at Woodbine Racetrack on a Wednesday night. Jason Portwando, Jennifer Morrison. We are talking horse racing.
That's right, and we're here on a Wednesday night for one of the monthly meetings of the Toronto Thoroughbred Racing Club. 51 years ago, this racing club started. I mean, it's such a great thing. They have trips to racetracks, trips to farms.
This is the reason why we're here? Because of you hosting this event?
Well, yeah. I have that to do tonight, so.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm starting.
We're supposed to be doing the show. Now.
Actually, the mic's on. I gotta go now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ladies' Night at Woodbine Racetrack, presented by the Toronto Thoroughbred Racing Club. And I'd like to welcome my gang from Talkin Horse Racing Internet Show. I hope you guys have been watching all our shows this year. And we're just finishing up a little bit of stuff.
Anyways, whatever. Let her do her thing. We're going to continue on with the show, right? Let's check out the latest. You know, we're coming off a huge weekend here at Woodbine, of course, headlined by the Canadian International. The latest, brought to you by 2001 Audio Video, home entertainment specialist since 1971. We begin on the grass with the $800,000 Pattison Canadian International, which produced the race's longest price ever and biggest margin of victory. How about Bullard's Alley, scoring at 42-1, romping by 10 3/4? That eclipses Secretariat's previous record of 6.5 lengths. It was the first Grade 1 win for Bullard's Alley, trainer Tim Gleishaw, and the initial international victory for rider Eurico da Silva. The former $30,000 claimer was part of a long shot stakes brigade, which also included Field of Courage, Tis a Slam, and Blonde Me.
Bullard's Alley has just dominated the Pattison Canadian International and waltzes in. Scores by 9 lengths. Oscar nominated second, Flamboyant third, Idaho fourth, and then came Erupt.
Well, it's not often 2 to 5 can be considered a bargain, but this was the case recently at Woodbine when Grace and Dignity improved her lifetime mark to 2 for 2. It was definitely a performance worthy of prime time, as the Animal Kingdom filly strolled to another easy win, drilling 6 furlongs in 108 3. Next stop for the Catherine Day Phillips trainee, the 7 furlong Glorious Song in mid-November, where she'll look to extend that win streak to a perfect 3 for 3.
So how good is Grace and Dignity? Just stamps herself as a class above them. And she might be something special. Grace and Dignity by 5.
And finally, Classic Empire has been retired from racing and will stand at Coolmore America's Ashford Stud in 2018. Last season's champion 2-year-old in the United States is a double Grade 1 winner, including this score in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Trainer Mark Cassey said, and I quote, "Unfortunately, we just ran out of time to get him to the Breeders' Cup Classic. I could never get him completely over his foot abscess, and it wasn't possible to train him the way I needed in order to bring him back at the highest level, which is where he deserved to be." Classic Empire retires with just over $2.5 million in career earnings.
Classic Empire, here comes not this time. The two of them will decide the juvenile. Here's the mire. Classic Empire holds on. He's a champion 2-year-old.
All right, so that's the latest. Where the heck have you been?
Oh, it's busy Wednesday night here at the races. I got things to do.
I wasn't going to wait for you. I was just about to throw to Let's Make a Bet.
Oh, let's make a bet. Yeah, I love that part. That's my favorite part of racing.
Me too, unfortunately, yes.
Superfectas and
I would
trifectas.
win a little bit more, but anyways, go ahead.
Superfectas and trifectas.
All right. Well, you're going to check out Amanda, part of the customer service team at Woodbine. We got to go outside, Jen. It's beautiful out there.
I know.
It's October?
Yeah, I know. Let's go.
Let's Make a Bet. Brought to you by HPI Bet. One of the great benefits of becoming an HPI Bet member is you get 1 month of free streaming of racing from around the world for just signing up. That's a $100 value. Plus, for a limited time, you can get $100 when you sign up and bet $100 in your first 30 days.
My name is Amanda Kitson. I work in the customer service department. I've been working here for the past 3.5 years, and basically my job is to teach people how to bet. So when people come up to me and ask me what a trifecta is, I basically just tell them that you're picking 3 horses and the top 3 finishes, so first, second, and third, and they have to finish in that exact order. It's a minimum 20-cent bet, but you can box it, and boxing it means it doesn't matter what order those 3 horses finish in as long as all 3 of them place in the top 3 in any order. It's a very simple and easy bet. So very similar with the Superfecta. You are picking 4 horses and you're picking the top 4 finishes, so first, second, third, and fourth position. Similar thing, it's also 20 cents, and you can box it as well. And boxing means, again, that it doesn't matter what order those 4 horses finish in, as long as they finish in the top 4. So with the one place and show bet, you're picking 1 horse. However, with the Trifecta and the Superfecta, it involves picking multiple horses. It's a little bit harder to hit the bet. However, if you do make it, you win a significant amount of money. It is just 20 cents. Easy enough bet to do, depending on the playing field. Just this past weekend, we had pick 5 that involves picking the winners of the next 5 consecutive races, and it ended up paying over $97,000. I would say the most difficult part of the job is when people come up to me and they want to know who the winners are. I can't predict that from the race, but obviously you can go based off the racing history of the horse, looking at the jockey stats to get kind of an idea of what horse to pick for that race. But asking us and coming to us and asking us for help, we can help you in that way and just making your day more enjoyable.
All right, let's get you to the barn. This week's focus. Her name is Chelsea, works for Ron Sadler. We find some very interesting people who, had other options in life, but they said they wanted to work with horses.
Yeah, and she does a whole bunch of different things at the barn, and, well, let's find out more about her.
At the Barn, brought to you by Ontario Racing and OLG.
My name is Chelsea Lauder. I work here at Woodbine Racetrack for trainer Rod Sadler. I'm pretty much a floater here. I do a little bit of everything. So I can do anything from hot walking to grooming, just mucking stalls. I ride some a little bit. I'm getting into that a bit. I've only been here about 2 months, so I'm just kind of learning the ropes. I find the race industry very fascinating. Horses are really cool animals, and I like to try to kind of broaden my horizons as much as I can. It's a new area for me. I wasn't ever big into racing. Honestly, I didn't even watch a horse race before I came here. I knew a friend that knew Ron personally, who he was looking for somebody, and I started working at his farm in Richmond Hill to begin with. And then he kind of got me in here. I wanted to ride, that's what I do. I like riding, so he got me in, said he would kind of show me the ropes, put me in every little bit of a job, and slowly kind of show me the riding aspect of it. The biggest perk is definitely the horses. I mean, we each kind of have our own favorite horses, and we come and sneak them their mints when they're not supposed to, and I don't know, the hard parts are definitely the hours. You never really know when you're going to be done. Kind of depends on the day. You might have a horse running later that night. Very end of the day, you might be here all day waiting for that horse to run at the end of the day. My most exciting thing was probably getting on a horse for the first time. It was just kind of like a adrenaline hype, and Ron will still laugh at me because I was like, you're judging me. He's like, why do you think I'm judging you so much? I'm like, I don't want you not to put me back on a horse again. He's like, you're okay, don't worry. So that's probably the most exhilarating. I mean, it's really fun to gallop them, and I hope that that'll eventually be all I do. So for now, as I'm learning, I kind of just float around and help as needed and get on a few horses. Like I think I got on 4 today, and then walked 3 and did a couple stalls, so floater. I don't really know what my overall goals are in life. I know that it's going to be something to do with horses. I try my hardest to make everything I do something to do with horses. I event, so I do horse jumping for people that don't know what eventing is. So I'd like to keep doing that for my career and see how far I can get in it. I've got a couple horses right now, so I like the fact that thoroughbreds make good event horses when they're done their race life, so I can sit here and kind of scope out the good ones. A lot of my friends think I'm crazy because I want to be a racetrack person. They hear that I wake up at 4 o'clock to come to work every morning because I live in Orangeville, so it's about an hour drive. So they hear that I wake up that early and they say, are you insane? What's so special and why do you want to do that? And I mean, I come here every morning and the horses are always happy to see us, and they're here to do their job just like we are. They want to work hard for us, so I feel like we should work hard for them too.
You sure you have time to do more?
Yeah, I mean, they'll be all right without me. I mean,
All right. Let's
I
move
mean,
on.
I talk the most, but there might be somebody there who can talk.
Be an owner. We have to mention the Hppa. Of course, they sponsor this program. Hppa stands for Horseman's Benevolent and Protective Association.
That's right. And you know what? If you want to come to the track, work at the track, be an owner, as we're talking about, you go to the HPPA. And it has been led for many years by Sue Leslie, who is more dedicated than you'd think anybody else could be for her horse people. She's got a board of directors. And we're going to learn a little bit more about what the HPPA is and what they do.
Be an owner, brought to you by the Jockey Club of Canada.
We're a non-for-profit who operate to assist, represent, particularly owners and trainers, and also their staff, so grooms, hot walkers, exercise riders. We run several programs for their behalf: medical plan, pension plan, educational assistance, owners awards. But in addition to that, we help with the day-to-day, comings and goings of particularly their staff. Those that work in the industry don't make a lot of money, and a lot of them haven't, gone on to extremely higher education, so we help them in all ways. And then on a higher level, of course, we negotiate purses, race days, negotiate with government, CPMA on drug regulations. So it's kind of a vast set of different things we offer, but certainly very crucial, I think anyway, to help those participating in the industry. We're their voice. It has changed a lot. I can tell you, I served on the HPPA back in the 90s for a brief period, and here we are in 2017, and it's very, very different. Certainly the introduction of teletheaters, simulcasting, internet, much more turf racing, much more complications in terms of revenue to the industry, government involvement, the escalation in drug testing, which is good, but it's very, very, very sensitive now, so that certainly affects our members. So it's, some would say it's kind of a thankless job. I do feel sorry sometimes for our board members. They take it in the chin a lot, but they're all giving back because all of us have been in the industry a long time and we do the best we can. There's always openings, that I can tell you. Again, an issue that we've dealt a lot with is immigration, because over the years we have had a significant number of individuals come in from other countries to work on the backside, and immigration, of course, is clamped down, so it's very, very difficult now to bring in a foreign worker. So it's a tough industry to get into because there's the danger aspect of it, right? So you can't just bring someone in off of the street and give them a horse to groom or a horse to ride. It's a process, and trainers are always looking for good help, I can tell you. And there's a good long career, but that first few months, the introduction to it, it's hard to find people that want to go through that. As I say, the pay isn't huge, so you have to have the love of the horse. And I can tell you the people that work back there, they all love horses, every one of them. I do believe there's a good future for horse racing. I really honestly do. I think we have to get through, we have a horse shortage right now due to the financial challenges before the industry because of what's gone on the last few years, but I see a bright light, and I think that Woodbine is going to become the place to be in Toronto. It'll take some time to build it, but I think we'll get there, and I do believe Horseman will share in all that. As much as there's a lot of questions, unanswered questions, I think it's coming. So everybody be ready.
Obviously, Jen, huge thanks to Sue Leslie and the crew, because without the HPPA, shows like this wouldn't be happening.
That's right, and so many other incentives, whether it's purses or breeding programs. I mean, and the HPPA helps the people on the backstretch who look after the horses. So it's horse people helping horse people, and we owe them a great, great debt of thanks.
All right, sounds good. Jen's gem, now you're good, but there's no way you could have predicted Bullard's Alley at 42-1 to pull off that huge upset in the International, erasing Secretariat's previous biggest margin of victory.
There was a lot of long shot winners on Sunday, on the big International Day, and we'll review those races for sure. Yeah, I mean, to pick a long shot winner is a great feeling, but with my Jen's Gem, I'm just going to point out a horse that perhaps got into some trouble, and we're going to look and see if we can follow that horse. We'll keep you alerted on Twitter when the horse is running back.
All right, I'm going to pay close attention. What do you got? Brought to you by 2001 Audio Video, home entertainment experts since 1971.
Okay, well this week I'm looking at a horse by the name of Boogie With Me. So let's watch her starting in this race here. She's the number 6 horse, and she's a gray filly. You can't miss her. She's 44-1 in this race. It's her first career start. She has very nice breeding, but obviously this is a filly that is using this race as a learning experience. She doesn't get away to a very prompt start, but that's okay. There are plenty of fillies going to the lead here. She is allowed to find her stride. Look at her rider just letting her settle back there while she's along the inside behind a big pack of rivals. Now we're going into the turn. She begins to make up some ground up around the turn, but since there are so many horses in front of her, her rider unfortunately has no choice but to swing out around all those horses. And that, you will see, pushes her out to the 6th path. You can count them there, 6 paths turning for home. Meanwhile, the winner of the race, a filly who had raced a couple of times already, she's in the 2 path. Her name is Helen Wild. She's got the red sleeves there. She's going to save ground, as we call it, and go on to victory. But look at Boogie With Me, number 6 there. Makes up a lot of ground in the stretch. Despite losing all that ground on the turn, that points her out as a potential winner next time out.
All right, Jen, time for this week's edition of Head to Head. This was really, a stiff competition. 2 trainers out of the same barn, so you know that bragging rights were on the line.
That's right, and I think these head-to-heads, I think they're really enjoying your general questions about countries and music and different things like that. I mean, I find them kind of hard, too.
All right, Mike Mattini taking on John LeBlanc Jr.
Head to Head, sponsored by the Canadian Thoroughbred Horse Society, providing assistance and representation within the thoroughbred breeding industry.
Here we are on the backside, the Barn 31 battle. We have Mike Mattini. Other side, we have John LeBlanc Jr. First timers, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. Here we go. Your category is movies. You guys go to the movies?
A little bit.
A little bit? Uh-oh, Mike looks a little upset. Okay, question number 1. Who was the voice of Finding Nemo and Finding Dory? A, Oprah Winfrey, B, Ellen DeGeneres, or C, Rachel Ray? The voice of Finding Nemo. This is an easy one. There we go. Oprah, Ellen, or Rachel? You can just do A, B, or C, but if you want to do all that, okay, fine. Reveal your answers to the camera. Whoa, you're going so high here. And the B's, speaking of B's, we got B, B, and all kinds of B's. Yes, you're both right, Ellen DeGeneres. All right, 1-1. Good start. Question number 2. What was the name of the whale in the movie Free Willy? A, Kiko, B, Willy, or C, Shamu? There we go. And you guys are going B, B, Willy. No, that's too easy. It's Kiko. That's okay, you're still tied 1-1. Come on, it's not that easy. Question number 3, this could be the decider. Name the actor who played the fictional anti-hero Deadpool in the 2016 movie. Either one of you guys see Deadpool? No. All right, that's good. So who played the fictional anti-hero Deadpool in the 2016 movie? I'll give you a hint. His name is Ryan. Is it A, Ryan Phillippe, B, Ryan Gosling, or C, Ryan Reynolds? Which Ryan played Deadpool in the movie? Phillippe, Gosling, or Reynolds? It is Reynolds. You're right, Mike. It was not Phillippe. So congratulations. You have Barn 31 bragging rights.
And a t-shirt.
And a t-shirt as well. Mike Mattini, John LeBlanc. All right, thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
All right. I can't believe you're still here. They must be just livid with you right now.
Where?
Your meeting.
Oh gosh.
Let's just wrap this thing. Prime time from Woodbine Racetrack, Talkin horse racing, for Jen Morrison and the entire crew. Jason Portwando saying thanks for the company as always. We'll see you again next time. You gotta get
I gotta go.